If you have a team and the entire team is all like-minded, then who fucking brings what to the table? Nobody brings anything to the table because everybody's like-minded. You need people who are semi-like-minded, is how I would define that. More importantly, you need people that are going to...
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up! Throw your hands in the sky!
I want to become a sponsored athlete with Elite FTS. What steps do I need to take to do this? Total Elite, attend a seminar, contribute to the Q&A, have a friend on the team, and there's a few other things in here. I kind of don't know if it's like a troll question or if it's a real question or whatever it is. So we'll just address it as, how do I become a team member with Elite FTS? Throughout the years, we're looking at 18, I think we're coming on now. I believe there's only been, it's definitely under 200. I want to say under 150 Elite FTS team members that we've had. And that would include staff. So there is not a lot of Elite FTS team members, and there's a reason for that. I've always hated the word sponsored, because while we do compensate for being part of the team, we also vet the shit out of team members, because I guess I need to kind of back up for a minute and explain what I think a team is, because it's not this fucking fantasy land that I'm trying not to go into a rant here, because it's kind of like all the people that preach business, that you're going to become a fucking millionaire if you take this course. It's bullshit. People start talking about teams, and this is football. This is any team, anywhere. If it's a team in business or a team in sport, and there's a big difference between a team in sport and a team in business, by the way. But they all make it out and to be, this fucking unicorn that it's not, and not everybody gets along, if it's a real team. There's people like to use the words, like-minded and, culture and community and kumbaya, motherfucker, and, all this other. That's not the real world, man. It's not how it works. If you have a team and the entire team is all like-minded, then who fucking brings what to the table? Nobody brings anything to the table because everybody's like-minded. You need people who are semi-like-minded, is how I would define that. More importantly, you need people that are going to share in the aim of what the company is. Let's compare it to the NFL. The aim of the NFL, aim of a team in the NFL is to win the Super Bowl. All right. Everybody on the team has that same aim. That's what they're doing. That's the overall goal. That's the direction they're going to move. That's the decisions that are going to be made to try to move and get there. Does that mean that the defensive backfield has to be best friends with the offensive line all the time? No. What it means is they all need to work together when it's time to work together and push towards that aim. The aim of Elite FTS is to live, learn, and pass on. And that has been the aim since day one. So the people that we look for are the ones that live, with training being one of the top 4 priorities in their life. and they live it. And I don't want to misrepresent this by saying that they live it and that's their whole entire life. They live it by it not becoming their whole entire life. You know, I don't want staff working 16, 20 hours a day. That's unrealistic. Nothing's going to get done. You know, you don't want lifters, you know, representing the company that all they can fucking talk about is lifting and under the bar shit, and they don't know anything. You know, you want to have people that know how to live, you know, and have a passion for training. The learn part is you want people who want to consistently learn to become better at their craft. Now, Elite FTS is not just powerlifting. It never has been. The Q&A started with a strength coach, personal trainer, power lifter. You know, it was the drive of the Q&A, and that's how the site started. We didn't even have a cart yet. It was just the Q&A. The mission of putting this all together is when I was working as a trainer, there was a lot of animosity between strength coaches and trainers and power lifters and physical therapists. And I was living in all these worlds because I was seeing physical therapists because I was fucked up a lot of the times, you know, and I was going with Louie to speak to strength coaches, so I was hearing them. I was going to seminars to learn how to become a better personal trainer. My degree was through exercise science and nutrition, and I was training at Westside Barbell. So I'm seeing all four of these worlds, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm learning something from all of them. You don't have to just learn from this one discipline. You can learn from all of them, and if you bring them all together, wow. Wow, there's a lot that can be obtained from that information. So that's when I thought, let's put these people together on a Q&A to answer questions. Are their answers all going to be the same? Are they going to all agree? Hell no, not at all. That's not up for them to decide. That's up for the reader to decide based upon the question that they're asking. So that learning became finding the physical therapist, finding the power lifter, finding, you know, the bodybuilder, finding the strength coach, finding the trainer, finding those people who were amongst the best at what they did, but continued to keep learning and never stop learning. That's critical, to never stop learning. We are an education site. That's why there's so much education on the site. Yeah, we screw off every now and again and write articles about Oreos and Reese cups and things like that. That's to have fun, man. That's living. You can't always learn. You gotta live too. And then finally to pass on. And that is to give back. Because we all got here because somebody took the time to help us. So we look for those people that are going to take the time to want to give back for what they've been given to get to where they are, the live, learn, pass on. When we look for team members, that's what we're looking for, are those attributes. You know, is this person semi-balanced to a certain extent, you know, to live? Are they always trying to learn and become better? And do they pass on? Do they pass on without expecting a return? They do it because it's the right fucking thing to do. They do it because they want to. They do it because when you give, the return is the gift to you. That's what we look for. That's the basic DNA of what's going to represent a Team Elite FTS member. Have we made mistakes? Hell yeah. When you find them, and you know, somebody asked earlier in one of the other questions, a business question that I didn't answer, what were some of the mistakes that I've made over the past 18 years that, if I could go back and talk to myself then, what advice would I give? And that would be, when you begin to see the virus, get rid of it sooner. And I've been told by many mentors throughout the years, hire slow, fire fast. And I've never really lived up to that. But, in time you get better at it and it becomes faster because people change and priorities change and they don't fit, what that is. Well, that it hurts the credibility of that whole vision. Now, here's the thing with falling back on what I was saying about the team and the Super Bowl thing. If everybody is sharing that same vision, then they're so focused on trying to achieve that vision that all the little shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So there's no need for, gossip, drama, all this other crap. That's my first indicator that I know things are getting fucked up, is if there's a lot of gossip and there's a lot of drama. That's when I know if there's gossip and there's drama, then we are not moving towards our aim. Something has to change. Now, how do you become part of Team Elite FTS? We have columnists, we have athletes, and we have coaches. So we have 3 different disciplines, and we have advisors as well. So there's really 4 different, and then staff, 5. So there's different branches. There's a sponsorship application, which is at the very bottom of our website. It's a long application. I call it a sponsorship application, even though I hate the frickin' word sponsor, but that's what people relate to and that's what they understand, so that's why it's there. We have close to 3,000 of those on file at this time. We've learned, and I say we, because now there's a selection committee. Yes, there was a time that I've just brought in people who were friends. I brought in people that were friends of friends. And most of the time that shit don't work. So things are a little bit more detailed right now. I'm not gonna lay out our exact process. It's taken a long time to get to the process that we use now. But we're looking for that live, learn, pass on. Because that is what our aim is. And that aim is what is the best for the readers of the site and our customers of the site, which are the most important people we serve. That's what it's all about, is those people to be able to come to the site to find education and products to be able to help them become better. So we need and look for those people who can help that happen. If we find people that can't help that happen, we don't bring them on, or we will part ways, because that is the #1 goal. Live, learn, pass on. Louis made the point and the statement that if you pulled 500 pounds the first time you ever deadlifted, then what did you do to be able to pull 500 pounds?
Horse balls.
Well, it's a great question. My answer is buy a fucking horse. Buy a horse, you got horse balls. Takes care of that one.